Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. It's wonderful that you're joining us today. You know, we're here to educate, encourage, and inspire you.
Education is critical, and it's wonderful to be here in your presence. My wife and I, we've had a very interesting and wonderful year. As you can see, my blessed cup here, my grandchildren are on it, Lincoln, Lucas, and we also have another granddaughter named Mila that just came into the world in July. So we're just excited to be here, which is fantastic.
Yes, we are. And you know what? Now is the time to really remind yourself that, you know what? You don't have to give up. You can keep pushing forward because life is so wonderful and so exciting. There's so much that God has in store for us, and we're here to remind you of that.
You know, it's interesting. This morning, I was just actually taking some time with myself to reflect and just to read my Bible. And there's a very interesting passage I was reading in Philippians chapter 1. It said, being confident of this very thing, that God is really good to us. And that's sort of a paraphrase of that particular statement, but it said, be confident of this very thing, that God who, you know, what I want to do is really talk about something that's really critical, especially in the times that we're living in today, about this idea of self-confidence or self-esteem. And I kind of look at that as basically how you see yourself. You know, there's so much going on in the world right now that really will take your attention away. And for yourself as an individual person, you want to try to figure out in these particular times, what do? Where does your confidence lie?
Yeah, because you know what? I always remember what God says in His Word. He says that we're fearfully and we're wonderfully made. So you're unique. There's no one else like you in this world. And so there's something that you have to give to this world. And so you're so important. And yeah, I'm always reminded of that.
Yeah, it's, you know, a really interesting quote comes to my mind from a man named Henry Ford. He said, those who think they can and those who think they cannot are right. So part of your confidence and who you are and what you want to accomplish is a lot of it has to do with your mind. Yeah. And where you see yourself, where do you see yourself going? You know, our thoughts are governed by our associations, our observations, and our teaching. So what you observe, what you think, what you're taught affects actually how you see yourself and where you go in life.
Yeah.
And I think it's really critical and important to really take some time to reflect on who we are, because you're wonderfully made by Almighty God Himself, and He doesn't make mistakes. You know, God's opinion of you makes other people's opinion irrelevant, and so that where you go in life, you can accomplish your dreams and your goals, and just be a blessing to humanity.
It's so true. And you know what, I find that too, it's so important to surround yourself with positive people, you know, and positive thoughts, also positive verbal speech. So, you know, sometimes we always think that we have to hear that from people. But, you know, we can also hear it from ourselves. We can also talk to ourselves and tell ourselves, you know what, girl, you can do this. I always say to my daughter, I say, you got this, girl, come on. And so now I'm realizing, you know what, I can say that to myself. And in the morning when I get up, I'm like, you got this, girl, you can do it. So encourage yourself, too.
That's so important. You know, it's so interesting. I think, as you can probably know, we're actually in our home. We're inviting you in this wonderful space, and we're happy that you're tuning in. But we have a lot of rooms in our home, and many people have one or two. But I think in life, no matter where you go, the biggest room you should have in your house is a room for improvement. So everybody is growing, you know, everybody is learning. You know, we do make mistakes on occasion, but God is so gracious. My wife is so gracious, and my family has been gracious with me, that we can look at where we are, mark it, and do our best to get better. Because God is not mad at you. You know, He's not pointing a finger at you. He doesn't want bad things to happen to you. He wants you to be successful. And you want to see yourself in that particular light so you can really help other people that you come in contact with.
Yeah, and you know what? The more that we're able to encourage ourselves, we can encourage other people. It's hard when you're falling down to help someone else that's falling down. You know, they always say that when you're up, it's good to pull someone else up with you as well. So encourage one another, educate one another, and inspire each other. Yeah.
It's wonderful. And a couple things I just want to leave with you is that in all this, you're valuable, and also you're gifted. You know, and when you remind yourself of that, great things can happen through your life.
Thanks for being with us today, and we hope to see you again.